Alright, we're in the final stages now of the base. I took the brush, I cleaned up all the crud, wiped it down with a rag, and now I put my last coat of citrus strip on there, which is going to loosen up the brown undercoating. We'll take this and we'll get it cleaned up in a, with some water and stuff like that, get it done. Same thing goes on the other side, but we're just doing one at a time. So I'll bring you back when this guy is all done, and you probably could see back there the sump cover, same deal. We'll clean it up and we'll cut back when these guys are done and finished. And I'm guessing they're going to look just like the other castings, probably flash up a little bit, and but they'll be clean and ready to be derusted and then prepped for paint. And I just wanted to give you a shot here of the motor mount. Same thing. We got some citrus strip on there, and it's doing its job admirably. So I won't go into crazy detail on this. It's the same procedure as you've been seeing on all the other castings. So we'll put them in the pile with the rest of the castings, and we'll be good to go. We'll get ready for paint prep. We're done now with the main casting, the motor mount, and back there is the table. There's still a little red residue you'll see on here along with all the flash rust. Not a problem, not an issue. What I'm going to do, basically these guys are ready to be prepped now for paint. So when it comes time to prep them for paint, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, all the clean metal surfaces, we're going to take some steel wool with some lemon juice and some salt, and we're going to clean that out, brighten the metal up, and then with I'll use a cup wheel with a grinder and clean the castings, and we'll get them all down to to that real nice crumpled aluminum foil look, as I like to call it. So they're ready. So now what I did was I set my sights on the motor. So let me show you that. I took the motor apart now, and I took my time, went easy, because I really don't enjoy working on motors that much. So what I did was I removed the rotor, and we put it in a Ziploc bag so no dirt will get in it. And if you notice, I put some paper towels around each bearing and taped them into place so no dirt or anything will get in there. Now we got the main body of the motor here, and what I'm doing is I put some hockey tape on the inside here, and then backed it with some paper towels so when I slather on the paint stripper it won't get into the holes there. And I'm really just going to do that throughout. All this was all meticulously clean. This was filled with the typical oily dust that's usually found in motors. So I got a little purple power on a rag and just gently clean that off. And in here we have the paint stripping going on the end covers here. So that's where we're at right now with the motor. So we're just going to strip the paint and get that cleaned up, and that will be ready to be prepped for paint as well. Yeah, so let me continue on with that. We're quickly approaching the nicer part of the restoration now. I got these end caps of the motor all cleaned up. There was some spacer washers in each one, but it's all clean now. All the grease is out of these little cavities. The bearing journals are all clean, and they're nice and smooth. Got all the paint off of it. I mean, you see like a little residual down in this pit and down in here, but honestly, I really don't care. This is going to be shot with some paint, and it's going to be just sitting there stationary. But it'll accept the paint nice. I'm not really worried about anything in there. Look at the pulley. This thing really shiny for a 1960s machine. I just pulled this off and cleaned it with some soap and water, and it's beautiful. The plates, they were covered with green paint. This, I think this just said GE on it. I forget, but it's bare now. It's bare and shiny. So I actually think that might look pretty cool on the motor. And this one, you could see all the values stamped in there for all the different attributes of the motor. Half horsepower, 1725 RPM, so on and so forth. I might get a new plate made. I know a guy who makes plates, so I'm either going to have one made or just kind of keep it like that, a little unique thing. Again, we got some spacer washers here, and this one too. You know, a little bit of residual paint down in there and some of these little depressions here, but I ain't sweating it. These guys will be ready to shoot some paint on, clean them up with mineral spirits and get them ready. So, like I said, we're fastly approaching that portion now of the restoration. Things are starting to shine up and look nice. Let me show you the main casting now, what that looks like. So here's the main casting, and really what I've been doing is just been taking this, this is a soft wire brush, cup brush, and it's soft, and just been going and hitting it and getting all the the powdered rust. It's like it literally is like powdered rust. Really cleaning up inside here in these little fillet areas, or these little valleys. Everything is shining up really nice. Again, there you could still see some residual rust in certain areas, but a wiping with some, I'm going to get it better, but wiping this down with some mineral spirits should take care of that. Once I do that, I'll move on to the ways, clean them all up, get them shiny, and then we're going to tape it up and we're going to shoot on some high build primer. Let me show you that. So here's my high build primer that I'm going to be using. It's from PPG, and the model number, if you will, is JP209. It's a high build primer. I got this from Stan, actually. I was telling him, was actually asking him for a little bit of advice, because I know he installs paint booths. What kind of high build primer should I use, because some of the castings are rough and I want to kind of smooth them out a little bit. And just so happens, I forget the place he was at, but he was at some paint supplier, and he inquired for me, and they hooked him up with this, so I bought it, and Stan sent it to me, so I got some goodies here. So that's what we're going to be using. It's a two-part system here. I believe this is the hardener. There's directions. I haven't really looked at it yet, but you mix them up, you shoot it, and you got to clean it fast. As per the directions, you got 45 minutes, or it turns to rock, and then you won't be able to clean your gun. So we got to move quick on that. What I'm going to be doing is shooting all my castings, all the castings that I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot at one time, and it's going to be both the pedestal grinder as well as the shaper. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. If there's a question that I get asked the most, it's, Brad, what is the formula for your South Bends? And this is a color that I call South Bend Gray, South Bend Lathe Gray. I took a couple of parts. I took 3 parts that had pristine, unaffected paint when I was redoing my 13-inch lathe. I took it to Benjamin Moore, and I had a human mix it, by eye. And here is the formula. I'll try to get this so it's not in the light being reflected. So it's 2WY, 16OY, 1/2 RX, 26.5 BK, 3OG, 9.5 WH. And it's a high gloss DTM Alkyd Deep Base P23 3B. There you have it. Pause your video, take a picture, write it down, because I get asked this repeatedly. And I've actually had this in, I think I had this in one of my videos where I did the same thing. So here it is again, and I'll show you what the paint looks like, a nice close-up of my drill press and my lathe. So here you go in various angles of light. It's pretty much a stock South Bend color. Again, I had it matched to a couple of good sources of paint that was unaffected by grease or dirt. So there you go with the lathe, and similarly on the drill press. One of the things you'll notice is that the drill press is now on the shaper cabinet. Now, because I bought another shaper, I have two cabinets, so I think I'm going to keep this drill press on this cabinet and bring the other cabinet down into the basement, which is gray, and that's where the shaper will finally sit once it's done. That'll be a big job in itself, redoing the cabinet. It's a lot of paint stripping and a lot of prep work and everything, but it's time to check the main portion of the motor here and see how it's doing. In fact, I need to get a little bit of piece of wood. I will say this, these huge hefty bags, 2.5 gallon, make great paint stripping tools. They keep everything pretty much airtight, and that's a good thing. Alright, so we're getting a lot of this green paint off. Yeah, there's that famous undercoating. This is the black, bluish black stuff. This is tough. Now I'm really trying to be careful here, because see, there you go. I don't want things going inside like it just did. Yeah. The stripper didn't touch the under gray paint. Yeesh. Well, we got the initial heavy green gunk off of it. Nothing got inside the motor, thankfully. I've carefully blotted all the citrus strip all through here, careful not to, being careful not to get it through these holes. There's no way to get to this middle section of holes here. I guess I could have stuck paper towels to stick out, but it would have been hard to get through. I'm just being careful. So I got it all the way around. The holes don't go all the way around, so the back was easy enough. So we're going to just keep, I got my little bowl here of citrus strip, and I'm just going to keep painting it on and hope that it will get all that undercoating and paint off. I have all the faith that it will. It's just taking a little time. So we'll be back when this is all done.